Hello! Welcome to Real Housewives Astrology. Today we're doing Carole Radziwill. Radziwill? The princess. Okay. Carole was born August 20th, 1963, according to the internet, in New York City. I've seen another one that was like a little more upstate New York, but not gonna make a big difference because guess what? We don't have the time. We don't have the birth time, so we can't do rising. We can't do houses, but we can do the rest of her chart, so let's do it now. All right, here is the Carole Radziwill's chart. She has a lot going on. We are just gonna scratch the surface. The surface?
To the other women. Well, that I do have.
The biggest thing is this big ol' chunk stellium over here in Leo and Virgo. She's a Leo baby. So, she likes to be seen.
All my friends are coming, even my Republican friends.
She likes to be a leader, condo board. She likes to, stand at the center, be involved, be the one that is out front.
But if you want to all give me a party after.
Watch it. It's so funny you're gonna say.
A thing with Leo is to open your heart. And I think she does that.
I think it's easy to dismiss Ramona because she can be very abrupt. You wouldn't necessarily think that we would be friends, but I really like Ramona.
There's other parts of her chart that don't want to do that.
Are you not as close?
No, Bethany made it seem like we were BFFs, thick as thieves, but we weren't. We never were.
But I do think that is a part of her. She does like to open herself up to people. There's another thing in here about nurturing. I don't know if she has that nurturing part down, but with Leo, that's not really a thing. So, yeah, she likes to be in the center. Now, another thing that can come with Leo, a little overly dramatic.
Your wife is not a nice person.
I would say we have some of those moments. I would say we also have a tendency to maybe be so proud and have a lot of pride, and that kind of has you isolate a little bit. That is something that can happen with Leo, is that if it feels very hurt, Leos are sensitive, because it is about opening up the self, that if it doesn't feel the love, it just needs love. Leo just needs love. And if it doesn't feel the love, they can isolate a little bit and kind of be the ruler of their own kingdom.
All I said all season was how proud I was of you.
You called me a narcissist twice. You said, that was a...
And they can be a little bit self-centered.
You seem like you're more into yourself and your hair and your style and your fashion and Tinsley and selfies, and you weren't like that before.
Selfies?
She also has Venus, and it is conjunct her sun in Leo. In Leo, it's a very, she wants to have fun in her relationships. She wants to be playful. She wants to feel young. She just wants to have that joy. She had a younger lover on the show, Adam. I think that absolutely comes into play here. I don't remember a ton about her husband and her speaking about that relationship, but I'm sure that was a big part of that relationship too.
We were both, young and in love and happy, and it was all going to work out.
So that's that connection. Now we're coming into this bigger stellium. So this is where the Virgo comes in, and this is where we get a little bit of push-pull with the maybe more laid back because Leo can be a little more laid back for sure, because it just wants to have a nice time. And Virgo is less laid back.
We have to wait tonight.
Really? It's just panic.
We have for sure Uranus and Pluto conjunct with, you know, just barely, but it makes this is a stellium. The moon is definitely in Virgo, but it can be in a different position in Virgo just because we don't have the time. So potentially it is more involved, potentially it is not connected at all, in which case, you know, Mercury wouldn't be involved in this. They would all still be in Virgo, but how much of a stellium this is kind of dependent on the moon. But let's talk about that sweet little moon over there. Moon in Virgo is a very, very little critical baby.
In Bethany's myopic world, she's the judge, jury, and executioner. Her narcissistic point of view doesn't permit any dissenters. She's incapable of having a conversation where she isn't in control of the entire narrative, hers and everyone else's, regardless of the truth. She lies about us over and over and over until even we sometimes believe it.
Yes.
Critical of the self, critical of other people, which I think she was, probably still is, I don't really know. Haven't kept up, but she has a just deep desire to find perfection. And a lot of this will play into that.
She could never admit to doing something less than perfect. And it's not a good quality.
And there's something with Virgo that's a really good editor, really good at, like, you know, putting things together and seeing what needs to be taken out. That's a very good quality of Virgo.
I'm gonna go into who you are.
I mean, you don't have to do that. I think it's okay for that part to have different tones.
No.
There can be, it's never enough quality with Virgo. Like, you're never gonna get there. And that's a struggle for Virgo, for sure.
Let's put it this way. I bought 20 tickets for the marathon, and so far in this group, Tinsley's the only one who called me and asked for one.
Seems like you have an aversion to just saying, yes, we're good, you know, we hung out all
Andy,
season. Yeah.
I've said 10 times now that she's my friend and she's a great girl and I like her.
Okay, great.
That's just constantly in her emotions of, like, things need to be perfect. You're not perfect. I will criticize everything about you, and I will criticize everything about myself. Wonderful.
It's very difficult for Carole to take criticism.
At 7 o'clock, you said congratulations. I responded immediately. I said thanks, I'm dying.
With Uranus, there is that little pinch of chaos brought into the mix, which is always fun to have it in Virgo. But like, kind of like a really nice, like, good case scenario for this would be, you know, making really interesting, unconventional choices and having them work in everyday life. She wore those gloves.
I just would like one more day.
She felt like,
I think you look adorable. You're making me...
The last few months have been very, very stressful.
They worked for her. I don't know if they worked for me, but they worked for her.
Well, you know, working in the modeling world, honey.
Yeah, so that's kind of an unconventional choice, I guess. She had unconventional, you know, a somewhat unconventional breakup with that guy, Adam.
I don't crash and burn relationships the way some other people do.
I guess. I don't know. But yeah, and at worst, it's just wild decision making. Wild decision making.
Oh, that's right. You don't have any kids.
It's not like any of you guys are raising the Brady Bunch.
I didn't mean it like that.
If we go over to Pluto, Pluto is the planet of, you know, just deep, deep, deep transformation. And what's it all for? And that can bring in very, very, you know, this is the thing that's really like, is it ever enough? And that can be very hard to deal with. It's very difficult to let things go.
You know, it's like, I do wish that we just had like one more day to tell him that, you know, I'm okay, to know that he's okay. But you don't get that one more day, so.
It holds on to a lot, Virgo and Pluto. And that is kind of the, you know, challenge of this spot. Pluto is supposed to be a lifelong transformation planet anyway. But there's something to like feeling better when you let go with Virgo and Pluto. And this will bring in a little more heaviness with her. You know, I think she always tried to like put off this persona of like, I'm chill, I'm relaxed, blah. And there is that part of her with Leo, but I think a just as big part that wasn't that far under the surface was, you know, some neurotic, you know, what's it called when you're tense and, what is it? Stressed out, and not being satisfied, and that leading to being critical. Was very, very much present on the show.
Here, an example.
Okay, excuse me.
Let's hear an example.
I will give you an example.
Let's do it.
I'll
you two
tell you.
are friends?
I'll tell you,
hear.
because you know I can't
Go
even
to your
remember
notes
them all.
when you're copious research.
No, because I couldn't even remember all the insults and passive aggressive
only two
stuff. First, I'm a clingy girlfriend who's thick as thieves. I'm an unavailable girlfriend who doesn't text or answer her phone. I'm not wanted in Puerto Rico because apparently I care more about clothes than causes. In fact, I cut my hair. Now all I care about is hair. I post some things on Instagram of me and my friends, like selfies. All I care about is selfies. I'm sad, I'm lonely, I'm in pain over a breakup. I'm a know-it-all politician with a dead husband. I'm a puppet, I'm unself-aware, and I'm
I didn't say puppet, Ramona did.
I'm unself-aware and I'm self-involved. I'm superficial. I'm a high-maintenance eyelash wearing, fashion-obsessed, husbandless, childless.
Interesting connection for some other reasons as well. That need for perfection and that need to be seen. I can see the argument for the ghostwriter of her book.
The word on the street is that you had What Remains ghostwritten by Bill, the big guy from the Atlantic.
I don't really know if I fully believe she used a ghostwriter. I think she got help, but maybe she didn't, because Virgo also doesn't love asking for help. I don't know. Just looking at the chart, there's part of me that's like, oh, maybe she didn't. I don't know. I can see the argument for it. Because it just needs to be perfect. It needs to be perfect, and she needs to be the one in the center. But let's talk about something that is a plus in the, you know, she was definitely involved in the book. Come on, she was definitely involved. It was about her. She was involved.
Is there a problem with Carole having a co-writer on her book?
Carole doesn't.
Carole did. She had a co-writer. She said it took her 5 years and she was talking on the phone with her co-writer. What? I don't understand.
So this will bring us to this gorgeous little grand trine here. It's a grand trine because it's a big old triangle. And it's pretty close one. We have 13, 13, and 19. So a grand trine is really just something that can be so supportive, and it's kind of lucky. It's kind of like something that's like an innate talent you're born with. And it is something that you can kind of ignore a little bit and push off to the side and never really develop because it is so innate in you. So it's like everything with astrology. It does have that double-edged sword. It's a water grand trine. I also have a water grand trine. No one cares. But she has it in Neptune in Scorpio, Chiron in Pisces, and the North Node in Cancer. So with Neptune in Scorpio, this is all emotional. A water grand trine is emotional. You know, these deep dreams and having to go so deep into your psyche and look at all the dark stuff within yourself, and from that place make your dreams into a reality. Chiron in Pisces, that is hurt. That is a deep wound in yourself that can come from being deeply wrong and being betrayed and losing your faith and feeling a little bit just lost, just feeling lost. And the North Node in Cancer is about, you know, nurturing and, you know, not something innate in her. You know, over the course of her life, learning how to open herself up and be more caring.
Why would
Well, I mean, we are close, first of all. Well, she's saying you are close.
Carole, we are close, so don't say that. And I think she's a great girl.
Why is being close to Tinsley such a crime?
And to me, this is her book. This is her book to me. I never read it, but I know it's about her husband getting cancer and dying, and how she, you know, lived through that. So, you know, maybe not being, I don't know the words she used, but like that's a deep, deep loss. That's an incredible loss. Going into that dark place with it. And from that, making something beautiful, and that a lot of people loved and read and helped them. She helped heal herself, hopefully, and a lot of other people. So this is the argument for whether she wrote it down or not, that was a journey she went on.
So we never had that talk about what to do after. I would say the last few weeks of his life, I was not able to really support him in the way that I wanted to, because it was just devastating that.
Anyway, that's a little thing about Carole. I think I was pretty basic in my thoughts on her. I haven't thought about her in a long time, but I do think she would have been a good addition to the Ultimate Girls Trip that just happened with New York ladies. It would have been interesting. It would have been interesting, in my opinion. But yeah, when she came on, loved her. It was weird when she left. We had weird feelings about her. But yeah. If you have people you want me to do, let me know. I don't know if anybody watches this long, but I also watch what do I watch? I watch Vanderpump. I watch Married to Medicine. I watch Durban Housewives. So if there's people you want me to do, let me know. If you want, you should subscribe. Bye.